now I am going to open up for some questions. And those you are those you have some questions, and those you wanted to share some of your experiences in your meditation, what we just did, you're welcome to do that also.
Susan asks, please advise, when we feel or become overwhelmed by other suffering, are we being self-indulgent?
Self-indulgent.
Focusing on yourself.
So the question is, when somebody is suffering,
When we feel overwhelmed by other suffering,
mhm. So when we overwhelmed by other people's suffering, are we
being self-indulgent.
self-indulgent, self-focusing too much in ourselves? Yeah. So obviously, suffering is not fun thing to have. Seeing other people are suffering is not a fun thing to watch or experience. And in when we say service and leading other people, we are always trying to help and improve society and help others. But in the process, we suffer. We feel overwhelmed. We feel stuck, and all those things are has something to do with a little bit too much focusing on oneself. And it's like basically, if somebody is suffering, that you are kind of afraid of, you might suffer that way. Impossible, sometimes that might happen. So instead of uh, feeling that stillness and that space, silence and that awareness, spaciousness and that warmth, from where the compassion can arise, wisdom can arise, and the action, spontaneous action, enlightened action can arise to help somebody, and you are affected by that. So yes, in some sense, I would say that maybe a little bit too focused on oneself and the wrong part of oneself, and to overcome that is to to be more, to find more connection to yourself from through that stillness, silence, spaciousness, and to exercise more that warmth of compassion. So
Laura says, I have difficulty in finding compassion with my best friend who stole a great deal of money from my elderly parents and cannot find compassion. I can feel their pain, but not forgiveness or compassion from leadership in myself.
somebody said that somebody is angry, and not feeling compassion toward a friend who have stolen money from elderly parents. So yeah, so I can understand clearly, that it's difficult to maybe feel compassion to somebody who you feel your friend, and suddenly does something that very unexpected things, and it's harder to feel compassion. And probably many of you are might have similar situations, so similar situations where you feel it's harder to feel compassion. So as I often have given this example of somebody, I know, whose whose daughter was uh, um, killed in Mumbai, that explosion. You remember, everybody remembers that. That was in India, and so that this mother, she lost her husband and her daughter both in that incident. And of course, you can imagine somebody, uh, getting mad and angry at that person and so on. But instead, this mother, she felt kind of, she able to deal with the pain, her own pain, overcome that, but able to feel compassion to that murderer. And she said she went back to visit the person who actually bombed in the prison, all the way to India, and to, with not with the hate and anger, but with the kindness and compassion. She visited, I don't, maybe 1 or 2 times or something like that. And she, not only that, trying to maybe initiate something very positive out of that loss. So you can imagine losing your husband and your only daughter, and when you're able to have compassion, your little mother, little money that's stolen from your parents, it might be much easier situation. And probably many of your, what you think is difficult might be not this difficult when when losing your only daughter and the husband, and feel able to still feel the compassion towards somebody. I think when your heart is open, there is no limit to what you can feel open to somebody. And and obviously, if somebody stole that, I'm not saying justifying it's a good or something like that, but as far as the practice of compassion is concerned, and also as far as ability to change somebody, that if the compassion is there, and that might, you might able to affect your friends more, and you might more likely able to get the money back also. And practically speaking, you might able to get your money back, and you might able to help the parents, even you might not get the money back. With compassion will much more stronger than you're getting angry at that person. So I would keep that in my mind. Yeah.
Sandy says, my problem is how to act upon what I find is needed. My friend needs to relax, but I cannot get out of my mind and into action to help her relax. I only wish I
Hope
could
her,
help her.
help her relax.
Yeah, but can't turn it into action. Only into
Yeah.
thought.
So the next question is that my challenge is to act my compassion towards somebody who really needed to relax, and I don't know what to do to this person to relax, right? More or less. Yeah. So that's the question. Now I can see when you're asking this question, you're not very relaxed either, right? So when you're very stressed out, expecting somebody else to relax. I always give an example saying, somebody one time said, my husband, I want my husband to feel more relaxed, and I want my husband to smile more, joke more, be more playful. And if you look at, and I see this woman's face was like, I want my husband to relax more and smile more, like that. With that face, I think when I heard the question, I cannot smile. My smile stopped right there, seeing her face. So imagine a poor husband who's living with this person, and will be difficult to smile and difficult to relax. So I think sometimes um, it's what really you want in somebody is a little bit trying to find in yourself. If you cannot find in yourself, at least recognize how strong expectation you have, and breathe deep and feel the stillness, silence, and the spaciousness. Three precious pill. Eat hundreds of them, and then maybe when you and you maybe you feel so relaxed, you feel so quiet, and you feel so warm, and so warmed you begin to smile, and then you open your eye, your friend is already smiling. You might already find you, in a way, you don't have to do anything to person to smile, but you have to smile at that person from that deeper place. I think uh, i think that approach might be good, because otherwise, one thing we do is we expect each other, always each other to smile, each other to relax. uh, you know uh, s- Parents, being very loudly asking child to be quiet. It's the same thing. It's a difficult. So look at in oneself a little bit more, and maybe if you find that little more quality in yourself, I am sure you are helping the other person to change more. Okay, maybe one last one.
Can we use this practice for animals or for nature?
So can we use this practice for animal and nature? And I think according to Buddhist teachings, it says you do this practice for all the sentient beings, for sure. That means animal is included in the sentient beings. You can clearly do that, absolutely. And the only reason what I am trying to encourage all of you in this meditation session to look at the people who are close to you and you have personal relationship with you, and where you feel more challenged, and I'm encouraging to work with that, is because you're already facing challenge, and it's part of your life, everyday life, and a part of your life something's not working, a part of life where you want something to work better, and part of your life where you are challenged, part of your life maybe you're trying to avoid. So because of all those things, I would encourage you to focus on what I encourage you to focus on. But of course, you can also focus on every sentient being and animals too, because many times in the West, people have pets, and so sometimes you have a dog or you have a cat, and they pretty much agree with you, right? You said go to bed, they agree with you. You say let's go out, they agree with you. So you don't discuss with them. You whatever you tell them, somehow they have to follow. And maybe you don't have so much conflict. You love them because they listen to you all the time. And it's, of course, I'm not saying I have a pet, I have a dog, and I love my dog. But what I'm saying here is that sometime if we are using anything to avoid anything, I think it's better not to avoid. If you are not using anything to not avoid anything, but you're expanding more area of compassion, go for it. Okay, so thank you very much. And I wanted to remind few things. As I always say, as these live webcasts is a continued thing, and I'm committed. Our whole team is committed. Our organization is committed to do more and more in live webcasts, and we're doing a lot of more, like even recording many teachings, more teachings, even in Tibet. At some point, we will hope to have translations. And so, today we are starting meditation for beginners, focusing and calming your mind. So it's the practice of Shine, calm abiding practice. It's something very basic for everybody, and something it's very enhancing practice for people who have more advanced practitioners. So for everybody, it's good. And from April 16th through May 1, it's a 2 week long online workshop. It's all free, and then they again, and it's a little bit different than a live webcast. It's a recorded information. You will be provided like a sequence of practices, and then it will continue guiding you through materials, through videos, and there will be a platform people can share, talk, even ask questions. And I don't know how many questions I will be able to answer, but I will be answering questions also to those you will ask questions, then more practice related questions. And these are all for free. And again, so this is something that we're not trying to push anybody who is not interested in meditating and practicing or doing anything personal work, but we are wanted to inform anybody who is interested, who is desperately looking for something like that, and who don't know where to go, who don't have money, who don't have resources, and to we want to reach those people, and we want your help to reach those people. So I want everybody's help to, if anybody you know, and let all those people know by your social media connection. Maybe 3 clicks you can reach that person to do a meditation, right? So I'm asking you to do those 2 clicks and 3 clicks to reach those people, and it's going to happen in Glidewing. And also, I those people who are more like a seriously, wanted to learn the teaching more in a residential and long-term way. It's a great opportunity to do it. Our Lishu Institute in India. It's www.lishu lishu.org, lishu.org. I would encourage to visit the website, so you will get more information about that. And then finally, this I'm next week I'm traveling to Europe, and probably I will see many of you in different places in Europe. And then in summer, in June, at Serenity Ridge, this is the longest retreat we have. It's a 2-week long retreat. It's a sleep yoga retreat for 2 weeks at beautiful retreat center in Virginia. And many people come from all around the world. So I invite you all, whoever is have opportunity able to come, all of you are welcome for that. So we will do the dedication now. Gozanda Begewa Ganjeba Kazosem Chenam Jetan Dongo Tozaza Bele Degunjane Kozondo Bezanjenyordo. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, and thank you all, everybody who has been part of this webcast and translating and doing so many different things. Thank you, everybody, and thank you all for coming to the webcast. Thank you.